collage of different kinds of
I'm a
music.
composer.
It's like, you know,
I'm a
these
composer of electronic music,
signals.
and I compose political music, and I'm still living. The question is, how?
So now I'm going to talk to Kamal about his film, which is called In Your Eyes, I See My Country. And it's about Amit and Neta. And they are Moroccan Jews who live in Jerusalem, but most of the film takes place in Morocco. I'm right about that, aren't I? Yeah, yeah. And Kamal, tell us about language. Language is a very big thing in this film. The Moroccan Arabic.
Can you repeat, please, because I didn't hear?
Okay. So I wonder, can you tell us about language, the role of language in your film?
Yeah.
Amit, it seems that Amit speaks Moroccan Arabic very well, but Neta has a problem with it because she used to talk to her grandmother in Arabic.
Yeah.
But in general, she didn't speak Moroccan Arabic. So now for an outsider, I need some help about different kinds of Arabic.
Okay, Neta and Amit, they speak very good in Arabic, Moroccan Arabic, Darija. You know, it's not the Arabic from the Quran, you know, and l'arabe littéraire. But they speak also this Arabic, and they learned also the Palestinian Arabic. It's very interesting, you know. And vous m'entendez?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And the language is as like a music. It's an important character of the movie also, because we realize Amit and Neta they lived in between identity, between language, between a lot of things, you know, and they want to reconnect with Morocco, of course. And you saw Neta, she wants to make a Moroccan passport, and I think for them they decide to create an intimate space through the music to reconnect with their roots through the language, also through the music, and for them I think it's a way also to repair a wounds of exile, and it's like my mirror, you know, because I was born in Morocco, and I grew up in France. I lived in a lot of language. I'm speaking fluently Berber, Amazigh. You know, it's another language. It's not the same. Now it's an official language in Morocco, Amazigh. And but my mother tongue is French, you know. And Amit, Neta, and me, this movie. It's a reflection about how we can in between a lot of things, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very strong moment when I think it's Amit says that, you know, we, in a sense, we feel in exile in Israel.
Yeah.
Was that the same for you in France?
It's not. It's a little bit different. So I told you I was born in Morocco. I grew up in France. I left Morocco. I have 6 months, but every summer we were in holiday in Morocco. You know, specifically in Tenerife, in the Atlas Mountain, and I always felt something, my strangeness, you know, because for the Moroccan people, I was French, and for the French people, I was Moroccan. But so I'm from outside, you know, I'm not totally in my French and American identity. I until now, I have a distance with this both identity, and in the same time, I dream in France, and I feel anybody, a person, anyone can come to tell me you are not French, you are not Moroccan, and I cannot to accept that, you know. But in my mind, yeah, I feel until now something strangeness, une étrangeté. And
Yeah.
I think Neta and Amit, for me, it was like a miroir, a mirror of my question about this reflection, to be in between, to have this a lot of identities, and how we can reconcile la loyauté of with my clan, with my tribute, and in the same time to be free, also to be emancipated from this we have the same question, Neta and Amit and me. It's why I did this movie.
Yeah. So we see them go to Morocco to perform, and first of all they go to a festival in Essaouira.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, and yeah, we see Neta. She's singing, I think, in Moroccan Arabic.
Yeah.
And yeah, the audience is very happy. I just wonder, is there, if you're performing at a festival in that way, is there any prejudice against Israelis?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I have some problem of connection, I think.
Is there any prejudice against Israelis when maybe the audience know that that Neta is from Israel? Does that make a difference?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, because, you know, for Neta, and we can saw it also in the movie, she told us to sing in Arabic in Israel. It's an apologetic act, you know, and to see also a young Israeli American Jews singing in Moroccan Arabic in front of the American audience. It was something very political, you know. And I told you, my characters are the political body, and in the sense that they can change mentalities, and they are proud. A lot of young people, they were very proud. But you know, recently Morocco and Israel
normalized. Yeah,
exactly. And for some people, like Islamists and Pan-Arabists, they don't like that, and they don't want. I remember when I did my first movie in 2012, Chinrir, Jerusalem, I was attacked by the Islamists and the Pan-Arabists. They accused me to make a movie, Zionist movie, etc., etc. But I think now the new generation, and also the whole generation, they can be proud to see this Israeli girl singing and speaking in Moroccan Arabic, you know?
Yeah, those are kind of, there's a lot of very inspiring moments in this film. One of them is when we discover that there is a Jewish Gnawa music, which came as a big surprise to me. Gnawa is this like very earthy, Kamal, I can see you.
I think now it will be better, because I switched with my phone, you know.
Yeah.
And sorry.
No. I was just talking by myself about Jewish Gnawa. That I was saying this was a very inspiring moment when we we discover that Jewish musicians in Morocco were playing gnawa with, you know, like, which is very famous Moroccan music. So that was was that an exciting discovery for you?
Yeah, of course, also for me, because I never heard about this Gnawa music Jewish with the words talking about Rav Pinto, about Jewish tradition, and yeah, it was a big surprise for me, and we can see in the sequences how this Jewish and Muslim culture were together, you know, with the music, and until now we have a lot of songs very famous from the Zohra Al-Fassia, Maurice El-Medioni, and they are very, very popular until now, you know. And this is American traditional music, shabby, popular music, and the people shab love this music, you know.
Yes, so the shabby music, I mean, it goes back to the 1950s.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Neta tells us this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And yet in Egypt, shabby is like enormous thing now, isn't it? Very, very popular. Yeah. Okay, so and I was asking you about Neta's passport, but I think you that was the point where I couldn't really hear what you were saying.
Yeah, I told you she's still in process, and I think this desire of Neta to make a Moroccan passport, it's a very symbolic. You know, I told you before, the big story has separated our parents in 1516, and the way of Neta to reappropriate her own identity with Amit, of course, and it's a way to tell there is not a fatality. With the story, we can reveal something new between this new generation, and for Neta to make this Moroccan passport, it's like to repair the exile of their parents and grandparents.
Yes.
Course.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Can I just ask a question to Kamal?
Yeah, please, Celine.
Where or how did you meet Neta and Amit? Did you meet them in Morocco or in a?
No, it's an incredible story. In 2012, I just finished my first movie, Tinrir Jerusalem. It was about the past. I found the ex-neighbor of my family in Israel, you know, and it was very about the past, you know. And when I finished this movie, I knew I didn't finish to explore this Moroccan Jewish identity. And I remember I have one screening in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, and I don't remember, in 2012, also in June. And I met for the first time Neta by Facebook. I saw just one clip of her. Elle chantait, she sings Ya Ummi of Lin Monti. She's a very big singer from Algeria. And I was totally in shock, you know, this Moroccan and beautiful woman singing in Arabic, and I was very moved, and I wanted to know her. And I remember I think I wrote a comment on Facebook, and someone told me, you know, her father was born in Tinrir, in my hometown also.
Yeah,
it was like a tube, you know. I think c'est pas le hasard.
Yeah.
On devait se croiser. It was a very. C'est pour ça qu'il y avait. There is something very political to. It's not just to make a movie about music, and there is something more deep, you know, to reconnect and I was very, because for me and for a lot of people in Morocco, this separation, this exile of this departure of Moroccan Jewish, it's a big loss for our country, not only for us but also for them. We lost about diversity, we lost about a lot of things, you know, and the work of Neta and Amit, my work also, it's like to try to remember, and we have a common territories together through the music, and the music is Clive, you told me about this the concert, the festival in Essaouira. It's just, you know, in Essaouira, when I was there for this festival, an incredible festival about Jewish music, Andalus music, and flamenco. It's a mixed, you know, and to see just Muslim Jewish singing, dancing together, it's just incredible. Specifically now in this context, in this bad world, you know, with the racism, and also in Israel, in Palestine, in Morocco with the Islamists, in France with Marine Le Pen, before with Trump in America, and all this nationalism, you know, and just to see people to be together, and also simple people, you know, and yeah, we can make change, I think, by this movement.
Yes. Okay. No, fantastic. Thank you. So, yeah, I had another question about this. Yeah. Yeah, because your father was born in the same town.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Neta's father or grandfather. Yeah. So this moment when the Jews left Morocco, her grandfather left, or no, her father.
My father left also in 68, but the difference, it's also one of my motivation, my intention in this movie, you know. I told you this, my movie explore this plurality, this to be in between, etc. This experience of exile, it's very universal, you know. And me, I have this experience because I left Morocco. I have 6 months, you know. But the difference between me and Neta and Amit, the family of Neta, they leave all. They left everything, you know. The house, me, I can to return. I have until now my house in Tinrir, you know, and just to the feeling of this arrachement à la terre, of this separation. For me, it was one of my motivation to explore how we can survive with this story, when you know one day your family was there, and in one day they left everything there, you know, and wow, it's terrible, no?
Yes, and they can't go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was this 1950s and 60s? This was the time when they left to go to Israel. So are there any Jewish community left in Morocco?
What?
Is there still Jewish community in Morocco, or has everybody left?
No. There's still a little community, 5,000, specifically in Casablanca, in a little bit in Essaouira, in Tangier. No, we have a synagogue, a cemetery, and we have some people. They decide to come back. It's a minority, but it's my dream, you know, to make this aliyah renversée, you know.
Yes. Yeah. There's a very nice moment where somebody that they meet in the street says you should come back.
Exactly.
We will give you the land back,
Exactly.
and you can eat your food.
Yeah, exactly. This is something very political, you know, and also about the conflict between Israeli and Palestinian, you know, to tell to Jewish people, yeah, you can come back and I will give you your land, you know, and yeah, it was a big surprise to, not surprise, because a lot of Moroccans are very open-minded about that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's fantastic. Well, thank you, Kamal.
Thank you.
Well done for struggling with your phone. That was it was great to have you back.